When was this for you, living on the street?
Jeez. Well, it's a very small period. It's probably only a few days, but it was enough.
No, what age were you then?
Probably, God, it must have been 22.
So
22?
even in this
21,
band?
20. No, I started this about 21, 20, so it must have been prior.
Okay.
Maybe 21, just before.
But didn't...
Because then I moved back to Bristol, and that's when
things happened.
Yeah, so it would have been about 21.
Does your mom like your music?
Does now, yeah, which is good. Better late than never. And so we got around there. She came and saw some shows, and I think that was a good thing.
Are you on speaking terms with her? Do you?
So.
Okay.
On and off.
On and off. So it's not really a tight bonding. Still.
No. You got to do what you do what you can.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're of any use to anyone in the eventuality. So you just try and maintain things on a level that are, But I think it's one of those things with everything that when it comes to working on the road, you're away a lot. And so your relationships strain naturally. Like really, like friendships for me have been a thing as well. That whole being away a lot, your contact with everybody is kind of strained quite a lot.
But do you?
And I'm away a lot less of late when we started writing. The great thing about being in a band is that you go into these cycles of writing and being at home and doing stuff at home. And I've got a vocal school. And so kind of doing things like helping people with their voices and blah, blah. And then your time when you're on the road and it's just you time, you and the band and, that camaraderie. And so that cycle of toing and froing is something that kind of has strained on every part of your life. The upside of not doing sessions and things, which is what I used to do when I was like 19, 20, 21 and 22, I think as well, yeah. That means that you're away from home all the time. Because your job is being on the road, and that is it. If you're not on the road, you're not earning.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that kind of, when everyone was partying hard, I was working and, trying to find a way of doing something close to what I loved and finding my way to the thing I actually loved. And I had to start on the edge and work my way to the centre,
And what is the centre for you?
Family. I'm lucky.
That's
I found it.
Yeah, you found it.
Not everyone does. A lot of people settle, like they do in a number of parts of their lives, be it relationships or jobs or whatever, or their life philosophy. They'll just settle because it's too hard. And I'm sorry, and it is too hard. I'd love to say that it isn't too hard, but it is really hard to kind of not to do what you want to do and not listen to what anyone else has to say. You have to be bloody minded, and thankfully I am, But that's the way that it is. If you do manage to persist and manage to resist the temptation of people trying to buy you off with crap, then you might be lucky enough. And there's only a might on that one. So there's your lottery, of doing what you want to do and being happy and being able to look at yourself in the mirror and go, yeah.
But you were saying Phantom Limb. If you say Phantom Limb, what is it then? What is the core of Phantom Limb? Is it the writing, the singing, the whole package?
The latter, the whole package. It is, singing in harmony is like one of the best things you can do. We were playing at this festival, Southern Five Festival, up in Perth in Scotland. And they always get loads of international bands, national bands, to play this festival. It's an Americana festival. And it was my birthday on the day of the gig. And we all stay in all the bands stay in a hotel. And we all got drunk out of our minds and were singing Neil Young tunes, you name it really, Emmylou tunes, anything. And everyone could sing, and everyone could sing well. And so sometimes it would be like someone would pick up a guitar and then play something in the bar, then pass the guitar on and play something else. And then if we knew it, we'd pitch in. And you'd have a good 30 people singing at once, and you had baritones, basses below that, altos, tenors, altos, mezzos, sopranos, everyone pitching in. And it's one of the best parts of my life was being in that environment where everybody was musically proficient regardless of whether they were trained enough to express themselves, be it just because you can sing or because you can play guitar, or, you know, it's one of the most joyful things you can do. And to be in an environment where you can stumble upon that all the time, and to be in a band where everyone's singing, and to be able to write in a way that you don't have to pander to a brief of what people think you should be doing to satisfy this demographic is awesome, because I've been experienced kind of a number of sides of what it's like. But to be that free for yourself, it's great to be able to be that free. It's I'm never going to be complacent about that. I'm never going to be like, oh, you know, it just happens. Like, it doesn't just happen like that, you know? So I'm really happy that we've managed to create and nurture something that exists within this environment that we won't let anyone touch in that way to sully it.